Alright, new hideout. Loot everything. And then there we go. New hideout unlocked. Alright. Can I finally rest now? Alright. Alright, let's see. There. Do I need to spend stuff in order to get to level 2? Oh, I do. There we go. Now I can increase my stamina. Level 8 required. Healing increased. Can I only choose one path? Well, level 12 required anyways. There we go, level 9. Awesome. There we go. Okay, so I definitely gotta keep in mind, and I guess help out when I can. Okay. So how do I help a district? I'll definitely need to look into that. I don't actually. So these guys help my blood so that by the time I'm ready or I need to fight, I have blood. Okay, that makes sense. They don't give me XP, which also makes sense because not exactly a battle. But yeah.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
And how do you expect me to do that? There we go.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Okay.
Imprisoned by your daily routine, unable to see the true horror around you.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
It's a disgrace. People are left to die alone. No one is properly informed of the risks.
These are bad times indeed. So much for the glorious British Empire.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
I must confess, some of my rational views have been shaken by recent events.
I'll remember to stay away from the district's roughest streets then.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
Sorry, I was just trying to read a bit on trying to figure out
So you risk your life
who
to
to
find
bite
the
and
truth.
stuff.
I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nithercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
You are
Alright.
blinded by your false faith. Imprisoned by
So I did talk to that guy. Or no, some other person. The news reporter. Now I'm looking for the Richard Nittercock, as well as the mailbox.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Okay, so I was able to find the thing really easily.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly.
Can she
I know
not
you
speak?
understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it?
No, I think she's just
You don't
mute.
seem to need my medical attention for now. Very well. Goodbye then.
I mean, it's not like I really intended to talk to her. I was trying to get to this plant.
I cannot enter.
Okay. There's also seems to be a skull on the other side. So, oh. Alright, now it's just trying to figure out where and how to get to that place. Maybe on this side to the left. Alright. I'm gonna cut this real quick and then get back to, or not get back to, get to where I need to be. Okay, so I have arrived roughly where I need to be. There is a skull. So I'm just gonna get ready to engage. Ooh, a level 10. Ooh, more people. Great. Multiple level 10s. Oh, I got bit. Great. It's kind of weird how whenever you get bit, the camera angle kind of goes a bit wonky. But it is what it is. And yo, my big stamina is big massive. Seems like even though it's big and long, that's what she said, my actions do take up a lot of stamina. Oh great. Ew. Great. I'm a little rusty, but hopefully I can pick it up soon. Ew. I also gotta figure out how to use the or equip the oh great. Oh no. Ran out of great. Oh. loaded a lot faster this time. Don't get caught onto the wall. Finish this guy off first because he's physically weak. But as I was saying before I got killed, from what I read, it's definitely better to have the syringe as my secondary weapon, just because it has the ability to absorb blood, which will be helpful in using in battles and whatnot for healing, as well as using my ability. Oh great. I guess the flip side of that would be unable to suck blood. Well, I mean stun them and suck blood. But I think the flip side of that would be I think the syringe might be able to provide more blood, I guess. Just because, like, the stun doesn't work every single time, right? Oh, crud. So as a result, with the secondary of the syringe, I will be able to absorb more blood, at least more frequently, even if it is like a lesser amount. I don't know if it is actually like a lesser amount, just because I haven't equipped it yet. But I guess only time will tell. That picks up. Alright. I see shiny, I read. Okay, that's another sign. That's definitely an area I can enter. Just wanted to see if I can find anything. Out of alcohol and screw. Nice, nice. Are you a skull?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Well, there you are.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir?
Yeah, kind of sketch.
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night
Sounds
talks
sketchy.
are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
Even sketchier.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
Interesting.
If you say so.
Might be taking it out of
But as a
context.
physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
Yeah. Fair, that's fair.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
This guy.
Yes. The enjoyable.
This guy's kind of sus.
You have
Weird
a
perspective.
unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Wait, you're a truth seeker,
Are you
but
aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel
You're a
the real
poet.
beat of the city.
Does
I
that
had to
really make
come,
sense?
See it for myself, alone.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family
I
despises me.
wonder why.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear Doctor.
That's true.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it?
You're a creepy
Stirring
weirdo
and
that has
challenging.
weird
Do you not think
Stuff.
it's a little more?
interests.
On the contrary, sir, Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can
But
you
you
tell
just
me about
said-
Camellia?
Not much.
Huh.
And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a
It was
locked
me.
mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
And have you ever tried
You're
to
creepy.
learn more about her? Where she lives?
This is why they say don't talk to strangers.
Maybe I prefer
Especially
she
creepy
remains
strangers
an
like
enigma.
this.
Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the arid hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Poignant. Poignant. I don't really know what that word is, but quickly look it up. Poignant. Evoking a keen sense of sadness or regret. Interesting. This guy is definitely.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious Camellia.
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has
You're a
not an
poet,
ounce of
right?
malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr.
Indeed.
Nethercott.
Guilty as
Creepy
charged,
one.
Dr. Reed.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those
Talent?
communist
I'm not really
activities
sure
only
about
require
that.
Mediocre writing skills.
He's definitely weird.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Okay. Time to head back. Also unlock the doors, so easier access, I guess. That was the flower that I saw. I'm guessing this is the same thing. Right, playing detective. I'm literally a bat man. Get it? The Dark Knight. Investigator.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Okay, awesome. I stole his money. Not very Batman-like, but it is what it is. Can I set up camp here? Just stealing his money. Don't mind me.
It's locked.
Alright, so at the back. So we're letting me take your stuff. This sounds very eerie. As though there might be a whatchamacallit, boss battle of sorts. Oh snap. Okay, I gotta find an opportunity to help these people as well. So much side quests, so much content. What would I ever do? I'm just here stealing stuff. Mind me.
Can you hear my voice?
Oh, she's upstairs. Hello, nurse. I'll be right there shortly. Just stealing your stuff.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Hey, she's helping at the hospital and here?
Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Dang.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's a hard worker.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
Oh, dang. Is this guy also turning into a vampire? Or a skull? Oh.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor.
I guess one is better than the other.
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see.
Am I gonna bite? What would I choose? Let me finish alone.
Yes.
I feel like I'm gonna bite this.
I have this, nurse.
Oh wait, no. I think if I...
I need the room.
I'd prefer to stay and see this through. This is my patient, Doctor. I have needle and thread for stitching the wound.
Okay, I am kind of glad.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along?
Guess I am not very doctor-like. Bruh. That was a bad decision.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
Man, I didn't know I had to go in this with like medical knowledge. How am I supposed to know? I thought it would be nice. I'll be, you know, helpful to do CPR or something.
You're here to test. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
No, I don't think so.
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed! That sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then.
No, just a privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance your noble endeavors.
I'm a bit unhappy that there was another
We have ourselves the
option
deal,
that was
Doctor.
closed.
Good customers are always welcome.
Yes, Nurse Crane. We have a deal.